This video is on factorization, and we're looking at taking out the common factor. So starting with example 1, we've got 4x plus 16. So what we do is we want to take out the highest common factor, and that would be 4. So we can think about it as taking out 4. We divide 4 here, and then we put it in front of the brackets, and what we're left with is then x plus, and then divide 4 over here, and that's then 16 divided by 4. So whatever you take out, you just divide. Another way to think about it, and we won't normally do this, like include this step, but just to show you a bit more on what's happening, is 16 is also 4 times 4. So basically all you're doing is you're going to take this 4, we see a 4 there and a there, so we're just going to basically bring it outside the bracket, so it's 4, and then what we're left with is x plus 4. But I wouldn't recommend that you include a step like this. Just kind of think about dividing both with whatever you take out. So then for example 2, so this is quite easy. We can see there's an x and a y over here and here. Now taking that out, we've got xy taken out, and when we open the bracket, we're left with z on the first term, and then on the second one, if we take out xy, we put a 1. If you take out the whole term, you just put a 1 there as a placeholder. Right, and then example 3, so here we have -7 in the first and the second term, so it's advisable to take out a negative as well, and then the 7, and then here we have y squared and only 1y here, so we can at most take 1y out, and then we open the bracket. So in the first term, we've taken out -7y, which means we only left with 1y, and then in the second term we've taken out everything, so we just put plus 1 because the minus was also taken out. Then for example 4, now another way to identify the highest common factor is if you look at 20 and 15, it's immediately obvious that these are multiples of 5. So in that case we take out 5, and we've got a's and b's at both, but there's 2 a's, there's 1 a, so at most we can only take out 1 a, and then a b at each. So we open the bracket, and then we just look at what's left. If we take out 5, we're left with 4. If you say 20 divided by 5, if you take out 1a, there's another a left, and we've taken the b out. Then plus, and then 15 divided by 5 is 3. We've taken out a and b, so 3 is the only thing that's left in that term. For example 5, so now we just have a few more terms. Now 6, 3 and 12, those are all multiples of 3, and here we can see the highest we can actually take out is just 3, because there's a 3 at most in the middle term. Now first of all, we know we're going to take out a 3, and then we see there's a, b's and c's, but this one doesn't have any c, so we're not going to take out a c. We've got a to the power of 3, a squared and a squared, so that means a squared at the most, because everybody can give a squared, so a squared goes out. And b, these guys can give 2b's, but this one can only give 1, so 1 is what we'll take out, because that's the highest one that each of these can give out. Alright, so now open brackets, and now what remains if we take out 3, a squared b, so 6 divided by 3, that gives us 2. If I take away or take out a squared here, we're left with 1a, b, left with a b, and the c is still there, and then minus, and then the 3 is gone, a squared's gone, only 1b is taken out, there's still a b left, and then plus 12 divided by 3 is 4. A squared's gone, b is gone, and there's just c left. Right, and then a way to check yourself is to multiply it back in and see if you get back to the same answer again. And then for example 6, so in this case we actually have an entire bracket that's common in both of these terms. So to take that out, we'll say, okay, z minus 3, that's taken out now, we just put it in front, like take both of those out, and then we open the new brackets. So if I take this out, I'm basically left with 4z, and here I'm left with minus 5. Alright, and then we're done.